For decades, we've been told the ocean is Earth's final frontier, a place of wonder, danger, and discovery. Yet one detail is often overlooked. NASA, the most famous exploration agency on the planet, once had a strong interest in the deep sea. Then, suddenly, they stopped, and that raises the question, why? Was it simply money, priorities, or was it something darker? Tonight, we're going to explore the unseen mysteries of the deep sea and uncover why NASA, the same agency that sends humans to the moon and rovers to Mars, turned its back on Earth's own abyss. Get ready, because what you're about to learn may change the way you see our oceans forever. Imagine this. You're drifting in total darkness, miles below the surface. The water pressure is so immense it could crush a submarine like a soda can. The temperature hovers just above freezing, and then glowing lights begin to appear. Strange shapes dart in and out of sight. Some look like jellyfish, others like monsters pulled straight from nightmares. This is the reality of the deep ocean. Over 80% remains completely unexplored. That's millions of square miles we've never mapped, never touched, never even seen. To put it into perspective, we know the surface of the moon better than we know the bottom of our own seas. And what we have seen, it's bizarre. Transparent fish. Shrimp that survive in boiling vents, the colossal squid with eyes the size of dinner plates. Organisms that thrive in conditions humans once believed impossible for life. No wonder early civilizations were obsessed with the ocean. Ancient Greeks believed it housed gods. Norse myths told of world serpents lurking in the depths. Even sailors of the 18th century described encounters with monstrous creatures rising from the waves. The ocean has always been mysterious, but perhaps too mysterious for comfort. Here's where NASA comes in. Most people associate them with rockets, satellites, and space stations. But few realize that in its early decades, NASA also looked downward toward the sea. In the 1960s, during the height of the space race, NASA worked closely with projects like SeaLab, where scientists and divers lived underwater for weeks at a time. Why? Because the ocean was the perfect training ground for astronauts. Isolation, high pressure, life support systems, confined habitats, everything astronauts faced in space had an underwater counterpart. Astronauts practiced weightlessness underwater. Submersibles tested robotic arms that would later inspire space manipulators. Even pressure suits were refined in ocean-like environments. In many ways, the deep sea was considered Earth's version of outer space. But then the pivot came. NASA gradually reduced its ties with ocean research. By the 1980s, the agency was almost entirely space-focused. Which begs the question, what happened? Officially, the answer is simple: budget and strategy. NASA had limited funds, and the moon, Mars, and the stars were sexier, more inspiring targets than the ocean floor. Exploration above inspired nations, while exploration below didn't. But unofficially, the story is murkier. In 1997, NOAA recorded a mysterious sound in the Pacific Ocean, the infamous bloop. It was louder than anything previously detected, so loud it could be heard across thousands of miles. The official explanation is shifting icebergs. But many researchers, even inside government agencies, were not convinced. Some whispered it could have been a massive, undiscovered life form. Around the same time, NASA quietly scaled back what little involvement it still had in ocean study. Coincidence? Maybe. Others claim there were unexplained anomalies discovered during early sonar mapping shapes, ridges and patterns that looked unnatural, structures, geological oddities, or evidence of something civilization changing. We may never know because NASA chose to leave the deep sea behind. But why? Did they decide it wasn't worth the trouble? Or did they decide humanity wasn't ready to know what lies beneath? Even though NASA turned away, the story didn't end there. Today, deep-sea exploration is experiencing a renaissance. With autonomous underwater vehicles and ROVs, researchers are venturing further into the abyss than ever before. In 2021, the exploration vessel Nautilus discovered never-before-seen organisms clinging to hydrothermal vents. Entire ecosystems thrive without sunlight, surviving instead on chemical energy. This changes everything we thought about life itself and supports the possibility of alien oceans on worlds like Europa or Enceladus. Private companies are also stepping in. Some want resources, rare earth metals and minerals that could fuel our technology for centuries. Others want knowledge, the thrill of discovering new species, ecosystems, and perhaps evidence of something we've missed. And while we search for life on Mars, we're constantly reminded the blueprint may already exist here, in our oceans, but with discovery comes danger. The ocean has a way of keeping secrets and punishing those who dig too deep. There are reports of unexplained light seen in the abyss, moving in ways no submarine or known animal could. Sonar readings of massive moving objects with no clear explanation. Even entire ships, like the USS Scorpion in 1968, mysteriously vanishing beneath the waves. Could these be coincidences? Natural phenomena? Or could there be something in the ocean that humanity isn't prepared to face? Here's a chilling thought. If intelligent life ever visited Earth long before us, where would it hide? The oceans, covering 70% of the planet, would be the perfect refuge. Deep enough, dark enough, hidden enough to stay undetected. Maybe NASA decided the stars were safer than what they glimpsed beneath the waves. The deep sea holds more than monsters or mysteries. It also holds the future, minerals that could build the next generation of electronics, medicines that could cure diseases, clues about climate change locked in ancient sediments. And yes, perhaps even the key to finding life beyond Earth. But we face a choice. Will we explore responsibly, protecting these fragile alien ecosystems? Or will we exploit them before we even understand what's there? Interestingly, space agencies and marine scientists are talking again. NASA's rover technology is being adapted for deep ocean robots. Ocean biologists are working with space scientists to study microbes that survive without sunlight. The gap between the stars and the sea may be closing once more. So, why did NASA stop exploring the deep sea? The official answer: money and focus. The unofficial whispers: something far stranger. Maybe they simply saw more glory in reaching the moon, or maybe they found something in the deep that convinced them humanity wasn't ready. One thing is certain: the ocean still hides secrets we cannot ignore. And the greatest revelation of all may not come from a telescope, but from a submarine, because the deepest unknown is not light years away. It's right here, on our own planet, waiting in the darkness below the waves. If you've made it this far into the depths with me, you're exactly the kind of explorer this channel is made for. So I'll leave you with a challenge. What do you think NASA really discovered? Drop your theory in the comments. I read every single one, and your idea might just inspire the next video. And if you want to keep uncovering mysteries like this one, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Because this journey has only just begun.